Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I want to talk to you about how the universe is out to get you, but not in the way that you think. Okay, so first thing that I want to say when I say that the universe is out to get you, but not in the way that you think, I'm talking to everyone out there who kind of feels like life is not going their way. And that maybe you're not getting the results that you want, maybe you're not feeling how you want to feel, maybe you kind of feel like life is trying to screw you over, or like every single time you take a step forward, it seems like you have to take 2 steps back, or just kind of when you feel like you're trying to head in this positive direction, or you feel like you're trying to head in this positive direction, and it feels like life is kind of trying to take you off on a different direction, on a different way. And again, really just kind of boiling down to, if you're not feeling how you want to feel, if you feel like life isn't going the way that you want it to go, then this video is for you, okay? Because generally with that, when I talk to people who believe that life is not going their way, when I talk to people who truly fundamentally believe that the universe is kind of like out to get them, and it's like not giving them what they want and making things hard for them, there's this underlying belief that, this is the underlying belief that the universe is kind of trying to screw you over. That no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, you're not going to get what you want because the universe doesn't want you to have it. And I understand this, okay? I totally understand this way of thinking. And my hope is with this video that I can explain to you what's going on so that you can feel a lot better about your life and about what's going on for you, okay? So the first thing that I want to say is that on Instagram, I've been sharing a lot of posts lately about how essentially what I'm saying is that you have free will, you set your intention, okay? You set the intention of how you want to feel. You set the intention of what you want. I want the ideal body, I want the ideal job, I want the ideal relationship, I want to travel, I want this education, I want these things, I want this expansion in my life. And essentially what you're doing is you are saying to the universe, I want to feel this particular way. I want to feel this specific way. And I am believing right now that having this thing, this body, this job, this career, this travel, blah, blah, is going to help me feel how I want to feel, okay? And the thing is, you're probably right, in a way, right? Because really, at the end of the day, what's happening is by you setting out on your journey towards a thing, something outside of you, you are essentially setting yourself on the path, on a journey that could help you feel how you want to feel, okay? So heading out towards the ideal body could lead you to feel loved, valued, special, supported, nourished, all of these things. Heading out towards the ideal job could make you feel secure, safe, like you have what you need, or important, or all of these things, okay? And because the thing is that as we go on these kind of journeys towards these things on the outside, hopefully what it's going to do is it's going to lead you inside, and you're going to take from life everything that life has to offer you on this journey towards where you want to go, and it's going to help you realize that you can feel how you want to feel any old time, and that it is in the feeling how you want to feel that you will have the thing that you want to have. But the thing is that ultimately we have this 3D reality. We have this universe where we play in the 3D reality, and where we have physical desires. We have 3D reality desires. And these things are awesome, okay? They are for you, and you can have anything you want. And this is, I think, the biggest thing that I want to give you, is the first key to understand is that you can have anything you want, all right? The universe is never going to say to you, you can't have that, because that's blocking free will. You have free will, and you are allowed to go after whatever you want. And now, so that's the first thing you need to understand. You set the intention based on your emotion. Okay, so how you wish to feel, how you think you're going to feel when you have that thing, or how you are feeling now, all of the negative emotion that you feel, feeling very discontented with the body that you have, very discontented with the job that you have, very discontented with whatever. That's also a communication with the universe, okay? And so you set your intention through your emotion, and then what happens is the universe, because this is a free will universe, says, fine, I'm going to give you the path that's going to lead you to that, okay? I'm going to set up the details, I'm going to set up the steps, I'm going to set up the course that will lead you to having your ultimate desire, right? That's what the universe does. There is no, you can't have that, because that's not how free will works, okay? So that's how that works, number one. Number two, the thing you need to understand is that universal laws are in effect all the time, whether or not you understand them, okay? So my example that I want to give you here is when Isaac Newton discovered gravity, and he discovered the mathematical formula for gravity. It's not as though when he discovered that, everything fell to the earth and gravity became into effect, right? Gravity was working way before we understood gravity. So this is the exact same thing with all the universal laws. It's not like the universal law of cause and effect comes into effect as soon as you understand it. It's not like the universal law of, what you sow is what you reap comes into effect once you understand it. That's not how it works. It's not like the universal law of free will comes into effect as soon as you understand free will, and up until then it wasn't working, right? These laws are operating all the time. So you need to understand that when you understand the universal law that you have free will, you communicate to the universe via your feelings and your intentions, and that then the universe always, because you have free will give you the path that's going to lead you towards what you desire, what you want, how you want to feel. That when you understand that, all of a sudden it's so much easier to trust the things that are happening in your life, okay? So this is why I say that you set the intention, the universe works out the details. Because the thing is, if you had to figure out absolutely every single step between where you are and where you want to go, you probably wouldn't be able to, in your mind, fully conceptualize all of that, you see? And even if you could, I bet you a whole bunch of times, if you knew what it was going to take to get to where you wanted to be, you probably wouldn't go on the journey. Because it would seem really, really overwhelming and really, really daunting and really, really like crazy to have to go through all the things that you're probably going to have to go through to get there. And this is why I think it's so important for us to understand trusting that we are headed in the right direction even when things don't look like we are. Because, so let me give you an example from my own life. So when I first started my recovery from anorexia properly, so I had regained the weight, whatever, but I was still I was still really struggling with my eating disorder just on an emotional, mental level. Just because I had gained the weight didn't mean I was better. When I first committed to, what I really wanted was to love my body. What I really wanted was to feel confident and sexy and worthy and valuable, you see? And like I say, in my mind, having my perfect body was going to get me those things. So I started with going after the feeling of having my perfect body. Because first I understood that it's all about the feeling. It's not really about the thing, it's about the feeling. So this is why I say the universe will let you go down the path, whatever the path is, towards whatever it is that you want. And maybe it will lead you to how you want to feel. Because the thing is that if you truly believe that it's about having the body, you'll probably never feel how you want to feel. If you truly believe that it's about having the job, you'll probably never feel how you want to feel. Because you're not aware that it's not the actual job that you want. It's not the actual body you want. It's not the actual relationship that you want. It's how you think you will feel when you have those things that you actually desire. Okay? So first things first is to identify what you want, right? Then you identify, why do I want this thing? How do I think this thing is going to make me feel when I have it, right? And then that is the trajectory that you want to go on, right? So, and this is why I say all the time that making positive changes requires knowing where you want to go versus just trying to get away from what you don't want. Because like I say, if you stay in this feeling of, I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my job, I hate my body, I hate my body, I hate my body, you're just going to kind of stay on the same track of feeling that hate and feeling that dissatisfaction and feeling that not how you want to feel. But once you set your intention of what you do want, you are setting the intention for how you want to feel, you see? And then life is going to give you everything that you need to get to the place that how you want to feel so that you can stay there. Okay? So this is why those struggles and those challenges and those things come up on the path, on the way to how you want to feel. And why this is not the universe trying to mess with you. This is the universe trying to give you what you need, okay? So, for instance, like I was saying, when I decided I wanted to feel all of these things and I thought my body was going to give me that, right? I started to behave as though I already had that body so that I could feel how I wanted to feel with or without having my body be anything that it was or wasn't, okay? And what that did is that set me down this whole long rabbit trail path of like all of this personal development stuff that happened in between this is how I want to feel and me actually actualizing that and realizing that, and me actually getting the body of my desire, you see? Because I took this path of understanding that it was about how I wanted to feel, this meant that I was able to slowly and incrementally change my habits, change my patterns, change my mental attitudes, change my mindsets, change my thought processes, change all of these things that were supporting the old way, right? So all of my thoughts, all of my habits, all of everything was supporting the old body and was supporting my old way of feeling. So as I started to just follow this feeling of how I wanted to feel, and what would I do if I felt like that already? What would I think if I felt like that already? What would I say if I felt like that already? I started to change my habits, change my habits, change my habits, change my habits, so that by the time I arrived at having the ideal body, okay, I did feel how I wanted to feel, but also I'm not afraid of losing it because my whole entire world shifted. Everything changed. All of my habits, all of my thought processes, all of these things that needed to change to support the new, healthy, strong, fit, amazing body that I now occupy. Everything that needed to change, like all of these habits needed to change, you see? And if I hadn't done all of that work and all of that stuff and everything that life handed me to make all these little changes on the road to where I wanted to go, I would never be able to maintain my new state because I wouldn't have had the foundations in place in order to maintain my new state. You see? So this is why all of the kind of like offshoots and all of the challenges that come up and the roadblocks and the things that happen on your path towards how you want to feel are life giving you the exact training ground you need to shift your mind, to shift your habits, to shift your perspective, to shift all of these things that need to shift so that when you get to where you want to be, you can stay there. Okay? So all of these challenges, all of the roadblocks, all of these things are like training ground. They're like weights that life is giving you to like train your muscles so that you can maintain your new way of being forever. Okay? So this is why the universe is out to get you. It's out to get you where you want to go. It's out to get you feeling how you want to feel. It's just that it knows that you are going to need to shift a whole bunch of things that you are right now in order to eventually be able to be where you want to go and maintain and sustain that. Okay? So that's what those roadblocks are. So if you were to shift your mind, instead of saying all of these challenges and all of these roadblocks are life trying to like stop me from getting what I want, and you were to say everything is here to bless me. Everything is here to give me what I need so that I can maintain my desired state, my desired feeling state, with the actual physical thing, whether or not that looks exactly how I think it's going to look right now or not. That's what this all is. So maybe instead of resisting it, maybe instead of fighting it, maybe instead of just thinking that the universe is trying to screw me, I was looking for, okay, this roadblock is in my life for a reason. It's here to help me. It's here to bless me. It's here to make me stronger. How can I go into it? How can I do the training and get the blessing, get the lesson, get the strengthening from it so that I can move forward towards my goal? See, that mindset shift will change everything in your life, okay? Because like I say, like if you are like, okay, I want to have this ideal body because I know and you understand that this is an intention that I have because of how I want to feel. I'm putting this out into the universe. This is how I want to feel. And now the universe is going to set me up with the exact path I need to get to where I want to go, and I can maintain it. But then if the first roadblock comes, you're like, no, I'm not doing it. Right? Well, then the universe is just going to say, well, okay, we're going to stay here until you do it, because you won't be strong enough for step 2 or step 3 or step 4 until you do step 1. Right? So if you keep thinking like, I'm going to resist this, I'm going to pull away from this, the universe isn't giving me what I want, blah, 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 you'll never get to where you want to go. But if you're like, okay, roadblock 1, this means it's working. This means I'm on my path. This means the universe is giving me what I need so that I can become the person that I need to become to sustain my ideal state. All of a sudden, you can go to the challenge, you can approach the challenge with an ability to learn from it what it has to teach you. Okay, so mindset shift from universe is trying to screw me over to what are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to give me? So whenever you come up to a challenge, whenever you come up to a roadblock on your path to where you want to go, instead of saying, ugh, it's not working, I'm not being supported, blah, 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 what if you were to just pause and say, okay, I am ready and I'm willing to learn whatever this roadblock is here to teach me, okay? And how can I learn that? And that's just all you have to say. You say it to yourself, say it to the universe, say it to whatever you believe in is guiding your path. And going from that mindset, everything is going to be easier. Everything is going to be smoother. You're still going to have challenges, but you're going to learn from them, you're going to grow from them, and you're going to start to see how the universe is supporting you rather than blocking you. Okay? You're going to see how that challenge leads you to being strong enough to do the next thing that you never would have been strong enough to do before you did that challenge. You're going to start to collect evidence of how the universe is actually on your side, and then it gets easier and easier and easier to believe that, easier and easier and easier to face these challenges and believe that they're good, easier and easier and easier to get to where you want to go, and then you understand that you get there and you're strong enough. You're not afraid to lose it because you can maintain it. All of your habits, all of your thought processes, all of these things now support your new way. And that's what you wanted. So the universe gave you exactly what you wanted. You just have to be able to see that that's what's happening. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Find me on Instagram, Urban Fruit Bat. Find me on Facebook, I'm Perception Trainers, and I will see you in the next video.